Welcome, welcome, welcome to Straight Talk with Shelia. Today I have one of my mentees with me. Her name is Alexia. And Alexia, welcome to Straight Talk.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about how you choose your friends. So just let me give you a little bit of background about Alexia. I teach the young adult class at my church, and she's one of the young leaders that's stepping up, that's honing her skills, that is ready to lead. And I have had several conversations with Alexia, and she is on fire. And today we want to talk about friendship because she's a millennial, and millennials, they want mentors and they want to connect with those who are willing to mentor them and give them feedback and help make sure that they're doing the things that they are born to do. So when we talked a few weeks ago, we agreed that we're going to start off with friendships because so many of us we're on social media.
Yeah.
And because we like and share everything and people send us friend requests, we think, oh yeah, I have 500 friends or 1,032 friends.
Yep.
And today we want to dispel, matter of fact, I should say, I want to make sure we define what friendship is, the real meaning of friendship, and how to choose your friends. So let's kind of dive in right now. So tell me, what's your definition of a friend?
For me, the definition of a friend is someone I have a bond with. Someone who has my back always. Someone that I can trust.
Right.
And someone, like I was saying, Proverbs talks about iron sharpens iron. Someone who can sharpen each other's character.
Definitely.
That's what a friend is.
Yeah.
To me. Yeah.
So as we were talking, we're trying to just make sure that we are covering in depth the qualities of a friend, how important that is. So we know that if someone doesn't have a friend, it can be very lonely.
Yeah.
Because you want someone to share things with and know that that information that you're sharing is protected. It's like that unwritten rule that says, I don't have to tell you, don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
But our friendship have levels. So when you think of friendship, what are some things that you can share with us that would define how this person can be your friend? What are the things you look for?
I look for loyalty.
me
That's a
too.
big thing for me.
Yeah.
Someone I can trust. I'm very observant, so I kind of feel the energy of a person. I always like to say, like, if you make me feel a type of way, I still give it time.
Right.
If I get a good vibe from someone,
Right.
I can start to explore a friendship with that person. So yeah, good energy, trust, loyalty. Someone who's just kind-hearted.
Yes.
That's a big thing.
Yes.
I find myself to be very kind-hearted, so if I have that similarity with someone else, that's a big thing for me. Someone who is spirit-led and spirit-filled. I feel like a friendship can go to a deeper level when you have a spiritual connection, so that's also important to me. And someone who's unconditional.
Oh,
and goes
that's big.
110%. That's a big thing for me.
Because when that person's unconditional, he or she, as your friend, they will be able to tell you the hard stuff, the harsh stuff that you really don't want to hear, but they can share it with you, even though it's going to cut you. You know they have your best interests at heart. And you said loyalty. Loyalty is so important because some of my parameters for friendship is loyalty. For me, I consider myself a very loyal person. So that person, that's one of my core values. You have to be loyal and you have to have some moral compass.
Yes,
right?
most definitely.
You have to have a moral compass. So it's like we can't just let any and everybody into that friend zone. So for me, there are levels in my friendship.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pause right here. If you have criteria for your friendship, I want you to put it in the comment. Let me know or let us know what are your criteria for friendship, because it is so important that we know who we consider friends. And friendship is not just platonic friendship. Friendship goes over into relationships as well. So you have to make sure who it is you're inviting in your space. And another criteria that's on my list is that this with the levels of friendship, you don't share everything with everybody.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have the broad number, you have maybe 10 friends, but then there's that inner 3 or that inner 2 or 4 that you only share intimate things with, something that that they're going to be able to help you with, they're going to be able to give you good feedback on, and like you said, iron sharpening iron. do you have an example of a good friend?
I do. I think that I had a good friend in my life, and there wasn't a lot of time behind it, but the bond was very strong, and it grew quickly. We had a lot in common, similar values, similar perspectives on how we viewed things.
Right.
And it was just the type of people we were. Like I was talking about being loyal and unconditional, a lot of those characteristics came into place, which I feel like is rare in such a short amount of time, but it just grew into a bond and a really great friendship.
Right.
So that's one example for me. But I think a lot of people feel like a good friendship has to have years behind it, which is true, but it's not always the case. There's so much more that plays into having a strong friendship or bond with someone.
Right. So as you start off, it started off at a certain level, but as you trust them more, you're able to open up more. You know what you can, the space that you can allow them to come into. Communication.
Big one. Big one.
It's important. And for me, it's so important to make sure that these people we're calling friend, they're not just friend in front of you.
Yeah.
They're friends behind you. They are going to be, making sure that they're protecting and guarding the things that you share with each other. So does, when we say friendship have levels, what are those levels, for example, that you would say that's a top level, and what would you share with that person that's on the top level versus the person that's on the bottom?
I guess someone at top level, my emotions. It's hard for me to just share that with anyone.
Yeah.
That's like your deepest inner thoughts, your inner self. So that's something I would share at a top level friendship. Lower level friendship, just everyday life. Things going on in the world, maybe some stuff about my family, but not too much.
Not too much, definitely.
Top level friendship, I think serious. Like I'd ask for advice about big situations or decisions I have to make in my life. So that's the difference for me with that. I think it's pouring out my heart. That's a big thing. Yeah, that's where the loyalty and trust comes in. So when you're at that top level friendship, that is there. So I feel like I could just open up more.
Right.
Yeah.
What are some behaviors that would really destroy that friendship? What are some things that you can, think of? For me, I know that it's someone that is not willing to protect the space, protect the friendship. Someone that is selfish. Someone that is, of course, not trustworthy. Someone that is only in it for what they can get. It's one-sided. I'm the one doing the calling all the time, or the texting or the visiting. It's not reciprocated. So what are some for you?
That's one for me too. 50-50. Like, well, I don't want to say 50-50, but it needs to be reciprocated. The actions. Someone who's very chatty isn't something I'm in favor of. Like if I start to go around and being around other groups of friends, and I start to hear my name on certain things I didn't share with them, that kind of can destroy the trust. Yeah,
definitely.
Someone who makes good choices, good morals, that's a big thing for me. Because I just feel like if you have a really good friend and people know you're friends, that's a representation of you as well when they go out. So I would want someone who makes good choices and, that's a few. That's a few.
Good, because we definitely need people who make good choices, because at the end of the day, whether you're with them or not, you're still connected with them. And it's so important as a young leader, up and coming, you've got to connect, and through connection, there's some level of friendship there. So you know what you can share at each level, and as they get more acclimated to what it is, what the relationship is all about, then you know what you can share and different things like that. So it is very important that we understand that everybody, because we like and share things on Facebook, doesn't mean that they are your inner circle friends. If you have someone that is struggling and can't figure out how to pick friends or really pick good people to connect with in their lives, like and share this video right now, because it is so important that we move from the superficial behavior of what we call friends and really understand that because you have all these likes and share, you need to have that inner circle, someone that has your back, someone that's going to not just correct you, that they're going to want you to lift up. They want you to do better. They want you to grow. They want to see you improve. And if you can think of a situation, what was a qualification for your best friend?
qualification for my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing them when they're upset. That
Good
was
point.
a big one.
Right.
How they handled themselves, and
Yes.
not only when it was just her, she was upset, but we were both upset.
Mm-hmm.
How we handled that situation together and individually. That was a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's important to think before you act and before you speak, and
Mm-hmm.
to see that in that person, that was like, all right.
I'm so glad you said that, because anger is one of those things. If you can't manage your anger level,
Yeah.
will break a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Will really ruin that friendship. And it's so important that someone will be able to, okay, if I said something
Yeah.
that was out of place, come to me and let's talk about it and,
Yeah.
and address it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are going to, talk behind my back and do things that is not going to build up the friendship
Yeah.
versus tearing it down, we have got to make sure that we have people like that
Yes.
in our, corner. These are the people that we're calling friends, because at the end of the day, our friends want to see us thrive. Our friends want to see us grow. Our friends want to see us develop.
Yeah.
And it is important that we have the right parameters around the people we call friends, because we all need a friend. Today, there's so many people out there who are lonely and who do not have someone they can really share and know that their information is guarded and will be protected. And a friend is always there to pick you up, to dust you off, and to be there when no one else is. Because my best friend, one of the things that I like about her, she gives me a space where there's no judgment, and I love that. She would ask me rhetorical questions, not for me to answer it right away, but to give me something to think about and to self-correct.
Yeah.
And it's so important that we're able to give our friends that space, because believe me, they already know when they didn't do something.
Yes.
They already know they
Always.
didn't do something right. So they don't need us to come and beat them over the head. So I'm so glad that we have connected and that we are working on helping our millennials in different areas and on different topics. And I know we've started here at Friendship because we see people in our group that really are not doing well with picking friends. And we wanted to really focus on that today. I know you walked with a quote today. You wanted to share your quote. So what was that about?
Yes, it was Proverbs 27:17, which is the same verse for iron sharpens iron, but it's from the Passion Translation, which takes it to a whole nother level. So I wrote it down, and it says, "It takes a grinding wheel to sharpen a blade, and so one person sharpens the character of another."
Yes. So that's the full definition for friendship. So as we close today, if that person in your life is not sharpening you, you need to take inventory. If you consider that person a friend, they need to be sharpening you and you sharpening them. I am your coach. I am your sister. And I see qualities of good friends down inside of you. And I hope that at the end of this video, you can like and share and help people to make good decisions about friendship, because friendships are so important. They're key to your growth. They're key to your life. We all need somebody in our lives that there to uplift us and help us make good decisions. Alexia, thank you so much for coming by and having this conversation. And I hope that we can do this again sometime. So have a good one. Have a good day. I meet you here, same time, same place. Well, hopefully same place, but at the same time. Have a great evening, and God bless you. Bye-bye.